joy is peace in motion, and peace is joy in stillness. It's not in the next crest of the wave or in what happened in the past, because ultimately they're just stories. It is in the now moment, in the essence of existence of what is. So the mind, the ego gets bored and it believes it's going to die. So it creates scenarios. It reframes conversations that we have in the past. Perhaps discussions, perhaps disagreements, confrontations, perhaps visions and ideas that we want to co-create in anger. And that's good too, to visualize the future, to bring it on, because what we hold in mind tends to manifest. And a sweet spot, a sweet balance in between co-creating the new and also being grateful for what is. Because the true essence of peace and liberation is in the what is. In this right now moment where there's no thought, when there's space between thought and thought and thought and thought and thought, and in that sweet spot, in that space of nothingness and blankness, blank canvas is where God is. And what is God? God is love. What are we trying to feel through relationships, through career, through health and fitness, through travels, through anything that the ego wants to anchor in itself? It's a sense of more love, loving of self, loving of others. And there comes a point, which is my direct experience, where love is just experienced as an emotionality that is not based on particulars. It's not about my love for my romantic partner, or the love I have for my students, or the love I have for my craft, or my body, or my sense of existence. It's just a love that is. Love is what is. And I feel the same amount of love for my partner that I feel for you, that I feel for my karmic family, that I feel for my soul family, and a stranger that I just meet in the street. It's the same amount of love, because it's just divine love. And the way that it's expressed, it depends on the co-creation of that moment for the highest evolution of the being. And I can say that I love everybody equally, because there is no relationship. Relationship is just a construct when there is a subject and an object. Relationship is life. Love is life. And it creates a connection in between particulars in a consensuous reality in which both we can co-create and experience that level of love depending in the level of consciousness of every party. And then it creates a synergy. It creates a oneness. And I feel that oneness with everyone. And I wish for you to feel that oneness, for you to know that there's nothing that you need to accomplish, and that when you abide in this state of non-doership, in this state of essence, the task, the clues, the people, the circumstances that need to come your way, God is going to make sure to take care of you and to bring that to you. So you don't have to worry. You just have to keep choosing what your heart feels resonance with, what you feel excited about, what you feel this is a fuck yes every moment, and let go of the fear. Let the fear be there. Sit with the fear and not let it control you, because all fear is illusion. Surrender all fear to God. When you back your fear, no matter what, committed to spiritual truth, you burn karma, you accumulate spiritual mass, you gain merit, and then you more and more can abide in this flow and essence of I don't know and it's okay. I don't know and I trust. There's nobody here and there's everybody here. So it's not I am God, I am everything. This is more like a nothingness, like an emptiness equanimous state where peeling an onion feels equally as blissful as a making love experience. Where having a coaching call feels as blissful as having and enjoying my favorite delicious foods. We're doing nothing, and the most mundane task, going to the toilet, feels as blissful as traveling to my favorite place in the world and enjoying a glass of wine in the top of the Eiffel Tower. Every single moment, the ordinary becomes the extraordinary, because everything turns really bright, like 4K, 10K resolution. If you've ever done MDMA or mushrooms, it feels like that all the time, and sober, because it's just a state of oneness, of beingness, of no separation, of full authenticity. Whatever needs to show up, whatever response to the field that needs to happen, it's allowed to happen. And this is allowed just by surrendering and opening up the heart and allowing yourself to feel all the emotions, all the things you don't want to feel, all the anger, the sorrow, the fear, the guilt, the shame, the jealousy, the graspiness, the neediness, all the selfishness from the ego. If you allow yourself to open your heart and feel it all, then it's going to happen in front of you. It's going to release you. It's going to drop from you. And then you're going to be this embodiment of divine love. And whatever you were meant to do and become in this lifetime, like Limitless, like Lucy, like your favorite superhero movie from Marvel, whatnot, that's what you're going to become. That's what you're going to be. It's going to happen effortlessly. because that was your blueprint. Because life happens in your highest timeline when there's no ego, when there's no resistance, when we're not resisting life. This is your moment of enlightenment. This is your moment of self-actualization. Just don't resist what happens. Trust your hunches, trust your inspiration. See the invitations that appear in your field and follow the path of least resistance. Because God's taking care of you. And what's God? You are God. There's no separation. You're an aspect of that God consciousness, and there's one mind. Everybody else is an aspect of your psyche, reflecting back to you your thoughts. What you do to another, you do to yourself. You donate money to another, it comes back tenfold. You help another with love, with essence, extending love, it comes back to you tenfold. Whatever you give, you're giving to yourself. So when you live in that state of wealth consciousness, of infinite abundance, there's no fear because there's no lack. Lack doesn't exist. Whatever you're giving, you're receiving right away, and you get the joy of giving. So it's just abundance. Abundance is life force. It's a flow of life. So when you let go of selfishness, of your stinky little pond, of fear, of this is just for me, of the greed, of the lack, of the sense of lust. Not I'm gonna give and extend myself because I feel it's the right thing to do. I'm gonna give and extend myself because I know that whatever I give to the other person, I'm giving to myself because I'm interacting with myself. And in that level of union, of communion, of unity, of oneness, you experience bliss all the time. And bliss is not an excitement level of I'm just so excited, I want to laugh and scream. No, it's a state of equanimous peace. And that same equanimous peace feels as if you are in the top of the mountain of the Himalayas, or you're in an amazing roller coaster in Disneyland, or an island of adventure. Every moment is an island of adventure. Every moment is a Disneyland. Every moment it feels like ecstatic Christmas, just by being in silence, just by cleaning the house, by doing something so mundane you feel like you are in acid, in MDMA, and sober. Because you're surrendered, because you're not allowing the mind to trick you with thoughts of suffering, with ego thoughts of grasping, of needing, of the next thing, there's always going to be the next thing. What about enjoying the now? What about surrendering and knowing that every single moment you're going to receive what you need and more? What about knowing that you're always protected, you're always supported, and you abide in wealth consciousness, a wealth of abundance, a wealth of relationships, a wealth of connection, a wealth of health, a wealth of finances, everything that you need and more, coming from a state of abundance, of wholeness, and it comes to you. You have to do nothing. You become magnetic. You just need to abide in the conviction. So this stays in yourself. So repetition, watching this over and over, it stays in yourself. So you become the embodiment of that divine love, because that's what you are. So you always have been. How does it feel to realize that you're a divine love?